Taira Bride Chsidim, I want to share with you my excitement about this upcoming project that came my way, Project Likkutei Diburim, in which each and every one of us will have the opportunity to jump on the bandwagon and learn and read the Sichos the Frierdiker Rebbe has given over to be printed, and the Rebbe invested tirelessly, tremendous amount of efforts and hours, editing, and actually, as we find, the Frierdiker Rebbe not only edited, but the Frierdiker Rebbe actually wrote down his own Farbrengens and gave them over, and it should be specifically in Yiddish. It should be accessible to the masses, even to women and children. And I'm super excited because you should know the Frierdiker Rebbe, if you go through his letters, you'll find that he urges, and the Rebbe continued this project, in which he urged Elter Chassidim to transcribe history, all their memoirs, different zichronis that they remember, and commit it to writing, so the next generation should be able to move, so to speak, figuratively into the shtetl, develop the sensitivities that they had, and mamish experience their experience, have a gefil in what Elter Chassidim had a gefil. And as we know, Magid Dvarov Liyakov Chukov Mishpatov, that the Rebbe himself does what he commands others to do. The Frierdiker Rebbe's, Beispiel of doing this was the Likkutei Diburim. Even though the Frierdiker Rebbe Farbrengt, and again obviously recounted many parts of Lubavitcher history and Diburim Achsidim and Darkei Achsidim B'Achsidus, the Frierdiker Rebbe specifically selected certain Farbrengens to be published as Likkutei Diburim, and as the Rebbe wrote in letters, that even after he printed the series of Sefer HaSichos, of which obviously the Rebbe led the publishing of Kahas, the publishing arm of Machnei Yisrael, the Rebbe still reprinted separately Likkutei Diburim due to this unique quality that this set of Sfarim and these unique Likkutim of Sichos of the Frierdiker Rebbe provide. And the Frierdiker Rebbe Mamish, in his unique pen, one of a kind, the Frierdiker Rebbe really brings us into that life. These Sichos are mugge by many, written by the Frierdiker Rebbe, mugge by the Frierdiker Rebbe, and by the Rebbe. And I want to share, I don't want to bore you with too many details, so I'm going to maybe mention a few letters of the Rebbe where the Rebbe describes the greatness. I just, before that, want to point out that the Rebbe on many occasions gifted people a personal gift. In the first years, it was a Likkutei Diburim. I know this, the Rebbe actually gave his shviger, Rabbi Simcha Medina, and with an inscription of the Rebbe, a gift Likkutei Diburim. The Rebbe gave the wife of Rabbi Yankel Lipsker, after the Rebbe stayed in his home in Paris, when the Rebbe went in Tafshin Zayin to bring his mother back with him to New York. The Rebbe gifted, he didn't want to accept money until the Rebbe said you could take it, and then together with your wife give it as maimed. So he took it, and then the Rebbe gifted his wife a Likkutei Diburim. You should know that the Rebbe writes to a specific chassid, or a specific yid that asked, he wants to get to know Toras Chassidus Chabad, and the Rebbe said, you write to me, you want to get to know the so to speak, the scholastics of Chabad and the school of thought of Chabad. The Rebbe says, not less important is the hadrachas and hanhagas, the way to act and the guidance given for the day-to-day life of Kipsaka Mishnah Hamaiso Iker. It's even more important. Therefore, the Rebbe suggests, this is in Igros Kodesh Chelik Chaf Amud Pei Vav, so good given, it would be very good, so bekennen sich zuerst, to first get yourself familiarize yourself mit der Inhalt von der Likkutei Diburim, with the content of Likkutei Diburim, gesammelte Sichos, these are selected Sichos from verschiedene Gelegenheiten, certain different various opportunities that of the Frierdiker Rebbe. And the Rebbe says, von welchem wir können Reis haben bei der Getz Chassidus und dem Leben von Chassidus von Chassidim alpi Toras v'Adrachas Chassidus. From these Farbrengens that the Frierdiker Rebbe gave over to have printed, you can take tremendous amount of not only Chassidus but the life of Chassidim when they lived alpi, the hadracha, the guidance of Chassidus. So it's taking our Chassidus and bringing it to a practical level. Anyone that has had the opportunity to learn the Likkutei Diburim can tell you it gives lachluchis. It gives the stick, connects the inyanim of Chassidus to our day-to-day and in our daily grind experience. I want to share two examples. This is from Yechidus. One was Reb Aaron Dov Safrin of London, of England, where he was discussing, he was in Yechidus, and he was discussing in Tafshin Chaf Gimel, if I remember correctly, he was discussing with the Rebbe what he does with students on Friday night between Mincha and Ma'ariv, and he suggested that they learn in Yanim of Chassidus, and the Rebbe he said we learn in Yanim of Halacha. So the Rebbe said to him, and I quote, and it's in English, he wrote it down in English, the Rebbe's response: continue to learn with them dinim, and then include Chassidus. A possible model to use is 15 minutes of dinim as a shir in a lecture format, then tell them to do Chazara, review. This should be followed by 15 minutes of Chassidus, and it's advisable to begin with excerpts from Likkutei Diburim. In addition, there's a Yechidus of, this is Tafshin Chafei, I'm sorry. There is a Yechidus that Reb Shmuel Lu had with the Rebbe. This is, let me see exactly, Tafshin Chaf, Yud Gimel Shvat. And the Rebbe was discussing with him Machshava Zaras. And the Rebbe says you should see to saturate your mind with inyanim of Chassidus. And the Rebbe says, to void thoughts and Machshavas Asur or Machshavas Asur's prohibited thoughts. Think about it, Vifel Veiniger. And the Rebbe says to him, when such a thought enters your mind, you should take your mind off it and don't fight it. Think about an inyan in Torah or even lahavdil about the weather or politics, as long as you're not thinking about these inyanim. And then the Rebbe suggests practically, tikach biyadcha, you should take and carry around the Likkutei Diburim, or is a sefer, kundra's or sefer, and your head should be busy with this kundra's or the sefer. Memela yizbatla machshavas. I want to share that when the Rebbe reached America, Chav Chasiv and Tavshin Aleph, as we all know, the Rebbe had his first opportunity to farbring with Chassidim. It was Parshas Koirach. It was Beis Tammuz Tavshin Aleph, and the Rebbe came into farbring with the Alter Chassidim and Chassidim Bechlal. This is recounted and described in a kundras the Rebbe actually gave out, Koyach Nissen Yovel Shanim, and the Rebbe. He first asked them for their names and started connecting their names. The Rebbe spoke to certain Tmimim that came from Matvatsk. He continued a conversation he had with them when they were traveling through Paris, and the Rebbe came to the train station to talk to them. The Rebbe Mamish continued the conversation. And after a while, it blew their mind. The Rebbe connected Mamish, their inyan in life, to their name, etc. And then the Rebbe said the following. Between Sich and Sich, they sang Nigunim. The Rebbe said, in the continuation of the Faring, the Rebbe said, "Mizokt af the Amerikanische Bachrim." It's said about the American Bachrim that they're bakin Likkutei Diburim, that they're fluent in Likkutei Diburim, and the Rebbe started testing them in Likkutei Diburim. I heard this from someone that heard from Reb Herschel Fogelman from the Shluchim of the Rebbe in Worcester, where he also recounted he was tested in Likkutei Diburim. The Rebbe expected Bachrim to be familiar with Likkutei Diburim, and not only Bachrim, but we'll see this is Negea as mentioned to the Chassidishkeit of a home, someone that wants to get to know Darkei Chassidim. I want to quote a very important letter the Rebbe penned on Rosh Chodesh Shvat Tavshin Tezvav, where the Rebbe is writing to Neshei B'nai Chabad. And the Rebbe writes to them, this is in honor of Yud Shvat, it was the Tavshin Tezvav, so it's 5 years after the passing of the Frierdiker Rebbe. And the Rebbe writes that it's bavust, it's known, the hope the Frierdiker Rebbe had and his strive and his vision that Neshei B'nai Chabad, they should take an active role in the work of strengthening and broadening the Chassidish lifestyle and the Chassidish education. They should spread the warmth and this environment in their homes, and from there to the entire surroundings. And what is the method the Frierdiker Rebbe gave us for this? Dr. Rebbe. And this, you should know that this is one of the main reasons that he, many years ago, began to print and publish the Sichos and Likkutei Diburim, specifically in Yiddish, in order that they should find within these Sichos tremendous amount of information and guidance, directives, even for Neshei B'nai Chabad, inyanim that are yisoid in a Chassidish life, befrat, and in Jewish life, bichlal. And the Rebbe continues how they're chaim v'kayim la'ad. The Kitzer, it's a tremendous opportunity of saturating each and every one of our personal lives with the lachluchis, the edelkeit, the warmth, the light, the lichtigkeit of Chassidus and Divrei Yemei Chassidim and the Darkei Chassidim. It gives a tremendous, tremendous geschmack in ruchnius, in a sensitivity, in a vart Chassidus, and bichlal, powerful, powerful vertlach, recounting and taking us in. The Frierdiker Rebbe doesn't just tell it to us. The Frierdiker Rebbe mamish leads us, takes us by the hand into the world of Chassidim and of Chassidus, and of actualizing and materializing everything that's learned in the Haskalah of Chassidus. So please join us on this very special journey. I hope in the scope of these few minutes I covered some of the Maramakamis that I came about. I heard a very interesting shmua. I still need to verify that the Rebbe, in the first years when the Rebbe would eat Sudas upstairs, could even be, it was by a Seder Pesach till Tafshin Lamed Aleph, the Rebbe would join the Alter Rebbetzin upstairs, and at some point it was pushing, and the Rebbe expressed himself that as miznish baki in Likkutei Diburim b'shtukman, like you have a way to go. If you're not baki in Likkutei Diburim, there's nothing to run right now. So the Rebbe mamish expects of us to live life of a chassid, to live in the world of ruchnius, to live in the world of chassidim and chassidus, and darkei chassidus, befrat as we approach Yotas Kislev. So this is the best way to move into the world of chassidim and chassidus. And please join me on this very special journey.